we want to stay in our house, have a beer, smoke a cigarette, you know what I mean? It's all right, you know what I mean? But if we were to go outside the door, publicly intoxicated and start a fight, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's illegal, you know what I mean? That's the proper way to regulate it, you know what I mean? And the alcohol business is a lucrative business, you know what I mean? There's a lot of money being made off of that, you know what I mean? And despite the fact that alcohol kills more people than pretty much any other illegal drug, you know what I mean? It's almost ridiculous, you know what I mean? So I mean, just to clear it up or clarify my position on Ron Paul and all these false accusations that he's a racist, is, I mean, to me it's such an elementary argument, you know what I mean? Like, if people would really believe that if Ron Paul was elected president, you know what I mean, like, he'd be promoting the KKK and all this and that, you know what I mean? Like Ron Paul's promoting drug legalization, but he doesn't do drugs, you know what I mean? Like, he's just saying, like, this isn't the proper way to handle the issue, you know what I mean? Like, they're talking about eradicating drug use to 100% levels, you know what I mean? And they've been talking about that for the last 70 fucking years, you know what I mean? And these niggas is losing, you know what I'm saying? So the fact is, don't get caught up in the hype, man, because I'm telling you, over the next couple of months, there's gonna be a lot of false labeling that's gonna be issued on both sides of the aisle, you know what I mean? So it's basically, it comes down to us as a people willing to do our own research, because I'm telling you, you can't trust these clowns on TV, man. These motherfuckers, MSNBC, CNN, they're pretty much pro-democratic organizations and this and that, you know what I mean? But it's because they're mostly funded from organizations of that ilk, you know what I mean? And then you got Fox News, who's pretty much pro-right-wing propaganda, you know what I mean? But it's because of who's funding them. These people wouldn't be endorsing these messages if they weren't getting paid to do it, you know what I mean? So you need to look beyond the mainstream media and their interpretation on what's good for you, you know what I mean? You need to go and do your own homework, do some research on their voting records, you know what I mean? Like, some interesting things you might find out about Ron Paul. He's never, ever voted for a tax increase, ever, in like over 20 plus years as a congressman, you know what I mean? Fucking Barack Obama pretty much ran his campaign on the fact that he wouldn't raise taxes under any circumstances, and within the first year he was in office, he raised taxes like 2 or 3 times or some shit like that, you know what I mean? He passed legislation for the healthcare, Obamacare shit, you know what I mean, which would be the largest tax on America in history, you know what I mean? So it comes down to when you look at it, you know what I mean? Whether, even if it's not just a racial issue, you know what I mean? Even when it comes down to religion and shit like that, we should really not even be getting caught up in, oh, well, I'm a Christian and I can't vote for somebody who's not a Christian, or I'm pro-Muslim, I don't want any Christians, or I'm an atheist and I don't think anybody who believes in any kind of religion should be running the country, you know what I mean? That's irrelevant, you know what I mean? You need to look at what we all have in common, you know what I mean? Because people would find, even Obama supporters would find that they have more in common with Ron Paul supporters than they do, or than they don't have in common, you know what I mean? Like, the fact is, we're all people, right? You know what I mean? We all have rights endowed to us from our Creator, or if you're an atheist, I would say the principle, you know what I mean? Principle in the sense that if you don't subscribe to believing in a higher power and stuff like that, the fact is, we're here and we exist, you know what I mean? And our rights are enshrined in our existence, regardless if it happened from an accidental Big Bang that kicked off billions and billions of years ago, you know what I mean? Or if you subscribe to a religion of some sort, you know what I mean? You believe in a higher power or whatever, you know what I mean? The fact is, we need to stop all this bullshit racial labeling shit, man, because I'm telling you, they're slandering this guy's name and running it through the mud because they are truly afraid that he's going to unleash the potential of the American people, dog. And it would be a revolution, dog. And this revolution doesn't have to be fought with guns and blood flowing in the streets, you know what I mean? It's going to be a philosophical revolution. We have to change the way we're thinking. We got to change the conditioning that we're under, you know what I mean? This whole, everything is dualism, you know what I mean? Like, you watch any type of mainstream news outlet, everything is dualism. Left versus right, Republican versus Democrat, Christian versus Muslim, you know what I mean? And they're all straying away from the fact that we're all people. And the highest the highest level of attainment throughout our history, throughout any civilized nation, has always been to reach for freedom and liberty. You know what I mean? And the fact is, Ron Paul got the best message hands down. And I'm gonna tell you, don't play into the games, man. You know what I mean? Because we fell for that Barack Obama shit. I voted for the dude. You know what I mean? And he was basically running off. I'm a scholar of the Constitution. I will follow the Constitution. And yo, this motherfucker's been trampling all over that shit since the day he got into office. You know what I mean? So I'm just advising y'all, man. You guys got to be smarter. You guys can't buy into the dualism tactics and shit. You got to look at what's right for you. You know what I mean? What's right for all of us. You know what I mean? The fact that we're a country who claims to be free. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they're telling us that we are already free and we're not a socialist country. They're implementing the fucking police state. You know what I mean? Just today I was watching the news where they were saying that a judge ruled that you have no right to reject a police officer from entering your house without a warrant. You have no right to your own privacy anymore. You know what I mean? So it's these kind of issues we need to really pay attention. We got to come together, man. You know what I mean? Because Ron Paul got an awesome message, dude, and it breaks my heart, dude. It breaks my heart to see black people falling into this shit. You know what I mean? You're getting bamboozled again, dude. You know what I mean? The one dude who got your back, who don't want to see your kids get locked up because they smoked a J, and you know what I mean? Like, it's just asinine. Don't buy into it, man. And I hope you guys do the research, dude. You know what I mean? This cat is hella good for America, dude. He enshrines American principles. So don't let nobody tell you any different, dog. You know what I mean? On pretty much every issue he brings to the table. Economic issues, foreign policy issues. We need to pay attention, man. You know what I mean? Turn off that fucking MTV, BET bullshit, man. It ain't serving you no good to watch it. You know what I mean? That's fucking entertainment, dog. You know what I mean? You need to get into education type of shit on some real shit, man. Anyway, I'll holler at y'all, man. One.